Canada Day was July 1st. But today is the 4th of July, and just from the looks of my Tumblr dashboard, American patriotism is in the air. Now, I know that about half the memes about freedom and liberty are satirical, but that doesn't cross out the fact that America is probably one of the most patriotic countries out there. They've got Hollywood to New York, they inundate international markets out there with everything from movies to music to you name it, and that just seems to be the 1% of it. And with Canada's proximity to the United States, we are a prime example of how those south of the border seem to have so much influence. I went to a Canada Day celebration on Sunday. Sadly, I wasn't at VidCon, and with every turn it seemed obvious that our country has a bit of an identity crisis. Sure, there were ample amounts of red and white clothing, but that seemed to be one of the only things uniting everything without diving into those much overused stereotypes. Hey, look at those giant inflatable beavers! Oh look, a wood chopping competition with guys pretending to be lumberjacks? How Canadian, eh? Oh, this looks interesting. Never mind. It's a mediocre Glee parody. How American? At the same event, there was a room of portraits of famous Canadians, from people like Shania Twain to Kiefer Sutherland, and some popular sports guys. The whole time I was walking around there, I kind of felt uncomfortable, like they were trying to show how, oh, Canada is so great, and look, we do have our own culture, see? When in reality, lots of these people, we hardly even remember are Canadian in the first place, and many seem to have to move south of the border for any chance at careers. Add to that the criticism that a majority of these people were just white, typical people, which does nothing to show the one thing that I think Canada should be proud of, which is our diversity and multiculturalism. Out of any main differences between Canada and the US, I feel like a big one is just the slightly different way we do our culture. The US seems to be one strong force where people have to adapt America into their lives, whereas to me Canada is more like a malleable quilt or potluck, where if anything people have to adapt the inclusion of so many other cultures besides just the typical Canadian, while simultaneously working to keep their own communities thriving. But either way, both our governments are pretty damn messed up, and our histories aren't so squeaky clean. So is a national holiday a day to forget about the problems and just falsely celebrate for once? Or should we be rethinking this whole nationalism thing in the first place? What do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Whether you're Canadian, Australian, American, British, whatever, I'd love to hear your thoughts. DFTBA, see you guys soon. Bye! Ô Canada, terre de nos aïeux, ton français des plus brillants joies protégera nos foyers